What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Repti-verse. I know it's been way too long since I have filmed a video. I don't want to get back to weekly uploads here, starting with this video, I suppose. But today, we're doing something really exciting. We're going to pick up a new snake that I saw on Morph Market about a month ago. And ever since I saw it, I really wanted this snake. So we're going to go pick it up. Got another hour drive through really boring Ohio. Can't wait to get out of this place. And then we'll get it. So... yay! I love driving through empty fields. Alright, so I'll update you guys when we get the snake. Alright, so we got the snake. He is in a bin in the back. He is beautiful. Once again, saw this for sale. Paul's Cool Scales on Morph Market. Saw it on that page. Paul, wonderful dude. If you happen to see this, Paul, awesome working with you. You're a fantastic guy. He's got a really cool collection. So definitely go check him out on Morph Market if you're looking for some really high-quality captives. And it's a beautiful place. So, really excited. So we are just stopped to grab some lunch on the way home. We'll be home in about 45 minutes or so. And then... actually, then we have to go somewhere literally right after. So, we're basically going to set him down in his travel bin down... so that he can just calm down. He can relax, not be jostled around in the car, and then we will get him out. And I think I'll have my dad run camera for me so I can pull him out, because he's a big snake. He's about 7 foot long. So then we'll check him out. So stay tuned. Can't wait to show you guys what he is. All right, so we've actually been home for a while, as you can probably see through the window. It's dark outside. Had to do some stuff today. Had to renovate this enclosure he's in, because this is actually the enclosure that my ball python escaped out of. And oh, you don't know what snake this is. This snake is way bigger than a ball python, so he would absolutely have been able to break out of there. This is also actually the first time, I guess, that I've filmed in this room since I got back, because this is the first video you guys are going to be seeing. So, all of the nice new enclosures are new. Now, the snake might bite me. I don't think he will. When we picked him up earlier today, when we were outside with him, he seemed okay. But I have a snake hook behind me just in case, and I have my sleeves rolled down. So I'm probably going to just pick him up, take him, put him in the enclosure, and then I'll add some B-roll over this video afterwards. And I can show you guys how I'm keeping him for now, because he's in a 4-foot enclosure, which is a bit too small, but sort of a quarantine period. Can't really quarantine animals upstairs anymore because I don't have any enclosures up there. So, using the best we got with what we have. So, woo! It's a very pretty snake. It's probably going to be even prettier under those LEDs because he's got some crazy iridescence. So we're just going to let him know that I'm here. Okay, and he's tongue flicking, which is good. Oh, okay. Exactly what I don't want him to do. Alrighty. And again, he's tongue flicking, which is always a good sign. So, oh, don't come back on me. So, if you guys remember the videos that I've done with Nettle brand, oh, okay. Hello. We are friends. And you'll notice I'm not trying to like lift him up with the hook. You don't want to pick snakes this heavy up with thin hooks like this, just because there's always a chance that it could break a rib. Probably won't, but you definitely want to use a little bit bigger hook. And again, I was told that this dude is pretty tame, but I mean, You never know with anacondas. They never really strike like any non-venomous snake. They'll kind of come back and sideways on you. Can you stop wrapping up the bin, please? That would be awesome. Okay. I'm gonna get around my cameraman. But, again, as you can see, he is a very, very pretty anaconda. Very big. And this lighting right now is not doing him justice at all. Got some crazy iridescence. You'll probably be able to see that a lot better when he's in his enclosure in LEDs, especially in his water dish. You'll be able to see that pretty well. Hey, you're all right. You're all right. I want to be on my feet just in case he strikes. I don't think he will. Just watching his tongue flicks right now, because if you don't know, if they're doing really long tongue flicks, that can sometimes be a sign that they're stressed out, feeling defensive, and especially with anacondas, if they stop tongue flicking, then you know for sure they're about to strike. And he's doing a lot of really slow tongue flicks, so I'm just trying to give him time. This is a new experience for him. Jeez, he is a big snake. Oh, hello. And again, you can see I'm being very, very careful with the snake. Not that a bite from this snake would be the end of the world. It would just be some little pinpricks, but I would like to avoid it if I can. I'm definitely not one for sensationalizing snake bites like some other channels like to do, but do need to get him into his enclosure. Then I'm going to leave him alone for about a week or so, just so he can get acclimated. Alright, come on. Alright, here we go. So get him into the light here. Very, very pretty anaconda. Very heavy. And like I said with Nettlebrand, you guys have seen in videos, Nettlebrand's up there. He is not a tame anaconda. And I mean, this one might not be either. I was told, again, that he's pretty good. But again, being told that a yellow anaconda is pretty good could mean any number of things. Oh, Jesus! Alright.
Okay.
Just gonna hook him, bring him around, just leave him into his enclosure. Okay. There we go. It's going into a hide box. You're gonna feel a lot safer. All right. Whew. Okay. So, and again, the reason why he probably struck there, again, he's been moved around a lot today. He's been in a travel bin all day, so he's just nervous. Alrighty, so editing Repti-verse wants to cut in and correct a couple of things I said. First of all, him being moved around all day might have contributed to him being stressed out and striking, but that's definitely not why he struck at me. He struck at me because I did not reach in there and pull him out with confidence like you need to do with snakes. I was being very hesitant, trying to avoid getting bitten because the only anaconda I'm used to working with is Nettlebrand up here, and he strikes no matter what. It doesn't matter how you move, how confidently you pick him up, he'll strike at you. So I was just treating this snake like that. So the reason why he struck me was probably, again, I did not reach in there with confidence, and when he was on the bin, he was hugging the bin really tightly, so I was trying to just get him to let go of it. And the whole time I was doing that, I was circling him. I was circling him and standing up as tall as I could looking like a predator. That's the only thing that would do that. In wild, that's circling you, reaching down, pulling back, like I was, is a predator. So you need to be confident and don't circle your snakes because that'll freak him out. I think Clint's Reptiles said that he had a boa that's pretty tame that struck at him because he was just circling and taking pictures and wasn't even thinking about it. But yeah, and I also do want to address further, real quick, the enclosure that he's in. You can't keep a snake this size long-term in a 4x2 enclosure that he is in. He is going to be going into an 8-foot enclosure. I'm ordering a Sog Plastics 8-foot PVC, and when the tegus are outside, if that's not here yet, he's going in this plywood enclosure until that gets here. So that's how he's going to be housed. He needs something 8-foot. And probably a bigger soak condition. I'm going to use a concrete mixing tub, I think, as his water dish. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And I'm just going to leave him be, let him relax. And in the future, when I handle him, I'll show you guys. Again, just going to reach in. I'm going to be super confident, pull him out, because that's how you avoid getting struck at like that. In the video, when I was standing in front of him, he was like, you couldn't really tell the perspective. He was about that far from my boot. And in my head, I was like, all right, I'm just going to take a step back, which was the mistake. Take a step back and pick up the hook. And I slid my foot back, and that spooked him. He was just scared. He's not an aggressive snake. You could see right after he struck, he tried to get away. So he's not aggressive in any way. He's just defensive. He was freaked out and wanted me to get away from him. He wanted to get away from me, and that's the whole reason it happened. So, thanks for listening to my mini rant. And then when I was there with him just like that, you can see he was right in front of my boot. He stopped tongue flicking like that, which is kind of a telltale sign, especially with Nettlebrand, my other anaconda, that he might be about to strike. But yeah. Managed to do that without getting a bite. Again, Nettlebrand would not have let me handle him like that. And that hide box is way too small for that anaconda, so might not really work out too well in the long term. But yeah, again, managed to get away from that without getting bitten, which is great. You can see that I was just using the hook after he struck, just to kind of guide his movement, try and get him into the enclosure, and he eventually found it and found the box. Gonna have to makeshift some other bigger hide for him. And probably actually need to get that thermostat probe out of there. And just in case, I'm gonna get a bigger hook in case he keeps acting like that. I don't know that he will, don't know why he would. Gonna get a larger python hook just so I can move him around if I really need to. And he's about a 7-8 foot long yellow anaconda, so that's about as big as he's really gonna get. Yellow anacondas are one of the smaller anaconda species. I think there's now technically 4. The 2 that you'll see in the pet trade are yellows and greens. Green anacondas are the ones that can get like really big, really big. I think the biggest yellow anaconda that was ever recorded, I think that he maxed out, or she maxed out at like 13 feet, and that was the biggest on record. So that's not typical for them at all, and especially not males. Males typically get about 8-9 foot. Females can get closer to 10. But yeah, so he's gonna calm down in there. It's nice and warm. Have a radiant heat panel on in there. And he's got a big tub of water that he can soak in